So guys, finally the day is here. You guys have been asking me to tell you how I met my husband, and he decided to avail himself. He's a very busy man. It's not easy to catch him.
Mostly because of the kids, right?
Maybe. Are you sure? No, he's ever working. But today he's here and we are lucky, so we can tell the story finally. If you're new here, my name is Janet. If you've been in my channel before and you always watch my video, I appreciate you so much. Keep doing so, and if you've not subscribed to my channel, I'll request that you do so, because that also means a lot to me. So, bitte schön.
Okay, it was, I think, 10 years ago when we met. I went to Kenya. We met there, basically, because I went there for work. I freelanced for a company who did video productions and broadcasting. It was not my main job, but I liked it because I could sometimes travel and go to events and do fun stuff. And I've been to Africa before when I was a young boy, or like when I was 18, just after finishing school, and I really liked it. And I've never been to Kenya before. I was more in southern Africa, like South Africa, Mozambique, and so on. And then I took the chance to visit Kenya. Even it was like planned to stay for 2 weeks, and one part of the job was do a image movie for a Swiss company, and the other one was like to broadcast a conference in Nairobi.
Eldoret. In Nairobi. But you also went to Eldoret.
Yeah, after the conference we went to Eldoret.
Okay.
And on this conference.
Okay, so my part of story. So my friend calls me. Her name was Ruby. She's the one who always pushed me to go out of the house because I'm an introvert. I used to come from work direct to the house, visit me, otherwise I don't go anywhere. So this specific night she asked me, please join me, I'm going somewhere, we will have fun, and she tried to convince me. So no, of course I used to go out, but not without someone pushing me to go out. I'm lazy. Even here, I don't know what reason, I'm an introvert. I can stay in the house forever.
No, you took long to prepare to go outside.
That also, because if I think how long it will take me to prepare, and I don't like to be pushed, but that I have to be fast. So let's not go out of the story. So my friend asked me, and then I said yes. So she told me we are meeting at Carnival, and I went. So in Carnival there was these guys. Him and his boss is the guys that I learned to know more, but I realized there was a Swiss guy who was living in Kenya also.
Yeah.
And he had lived there for a long time, so he was hosting you.
Yeah, he was working with him there. Yeah.
Are you working together? He was not hosting you, because he's the one who told you about...
No, he was speaking at the conference, so we were like...
Okay.
Yeah.
So we went there, we had fun, we ate food, and then I talked to him because apparently he was the one who was not talking to other people too much. So
I was a little bit shy.
Yeah, he's also a little bit shy. And so, my friend already knew a lot of people. So most of the times you can imagine she was conversing with other people and I was left alone. So we started talking, we chatted a little bit, and then they said they want to go to Madhouse because the Swiss guy who lived in Kenya knew about Madhouse. If you don't know Madhouse, it's a club that used to be in Kenya, and if it's called Madhouse, you have to believe me, it was mad. It was crazy in there. So it's Florida one. It's not. There's two Floridas in Nairobi. One that was demolished, but the other one still, I think, still exists.
Yeah, it was an interesting building. It looked like a mushroom.
It was really interesting. I used to go there even before once in a while, but then we ended up with these guys in Madhouse. So in Madhouse, the boss, I don't know for what reason, he kept, because when you just get inside the door there, the girls are ready to grab the men.
I didn't feel comfortable with that. It was
yeah, he was scared, but then he kept on going downstairs because there was a downstairs, and that's where most of the ladies used to wait. It was a smoking room, but he liked it there in the smoking room. So the boss kept on forcing us together. Like, he goes to the smoking, I don't want to anything to do with him, I just want to dance and drink. But the boss goes and brings him back to me all the time, which was annoying, because if you've met a guy and he doesn't, it seems like he doesn't have interest on you, he keeps on going to other girls. I felt offended. But
I didn't go to other girls.
You were smoking with other girls and
I just
chatting.
wanted to go smoking because.
But you were chatting with a lot of girls downstairs. But when you come to me, it's like he's numb. He doesn't say anything. It was a little bit.
I was shy because I liked you, I think.
Forget it.
It's true.
No, I don't think so. So, to be honest, until today, I always say, if it were not for the boss, maybe we couldn't be together, because I was pissed off with him, first of all. And also, I was pissed off with the boss that he keeps on bringing him back to me. But anyway, that happened.
I lost the phone there. One of these girls snitched my phone.
Funny enough, he came back to me and settled with me after he lost his phone downstairs. I think he realized, okay, the only person that is safe here. So he came, we sat down.
And you didn't jump on me and try to.
Yeah, because I was also already pissed off when we get in. And also, I used not to like guys who smoke. Like, if you smoke, I always used to, I didn't like to go to smoking zone.
You even made me stop.
Yeah, I forced him several times to stop. So that happened, and then of course the night was finished and we went home. So I went home, and then they went home, but because my friend still had contact with them, the following day in the morning.
Yeah, my boss really liked your friend, I think.
Yeah. And the following morning, what happened?
Like, this guy, he likes golfing. So he decided, it's on a Sunday, we didn't have to do work, so he wanted to go to this, how is it called?
Windsor
Country Club.
Yeah, Windsor.
And I've never been golfing before, but actually it's not that bad. But he wanted you girls to come, and said, I call my friend and I tell her also to tell Janet to come. So he called and you came also with high heels to the golf course.
Are you serious?
Or like, at least they didn't allow you to walk on the green. You said you have to drive with the caddy.
I don't remember that actually. That's the reason we had to drive the car.
Yeah. Or because, I don't know, maybe they didn't have shoes for you. You have to wear special shoes, yeah.
Okay. So we went to Windsor, which was really, really fun. It was my first time also to golf. So we did that almost the whole day, half of the day until I think at 4 o'clock. And then definitely it's time to go home. And on Monday you were going to Eldoret. But before we went home, where I had a feeling that he likes me, he cried. He cried because we are going home, and he was hugging me.
Yeah, I didn't know if I would see you ever again.
Yeah, and then it was a little bit weird, but then, okay, I just gave it benefit of doubt. I said, maybe he liked me, maybe he doesn't like me, but I didn't even care about it much.
But we exchanged numbers.
So you went to Eldoret?
Yes, and then, because I really liked Kenya, I loved it. I didn't want to just go home. The plan was after Eldoret to fly to Nairobi and then directly back to Switzerland. But then I asked the company who was sending us if I could change my flight, and it was not a problem. I didn't even have to pay anything, because I think these company business flights, they are easy to change. So I extended, I think, for 1 week. And I asked the Kenyan colleagues we were working with what I can do and so on. They said, oh, you have to go to Mombasa to see the ocean. And then I looked into flights to there and hotels. But I didn't want to go alone. And I really wanted to see this beautiful lady again. And then,
did you stay because you wanted to stay in Nairobi, or you stayed because you wanted to see me again?
I think both. I wanted to see you again.
Okay. Okay, so he stayed, and then he didn't book flights. He booked the train.
The night train, yeah.
He booked the night train, and then he asked me, oh, can we meet on the... He asked me to go with him.
And I was really not sure if she will show up, because we just seen each other like 2 days.
Yeah, and then I had to go and talk to my sister. Okay, tell your story first.
Yeah, then she... Like, I was still not 100% sure if she will show up, but like I booked tickets for both of us. I had booked a hotel, and then I was sitting at the rail station for you to show up, and she didn't show up because, of course, like usual, you were a little bit late.
I was more than late because I wasn't sure, even on the taxi, because I could see, I was in the train station earlier and I could see him standing somewhere, but I was arguing with my sister in the car and telling her, do I really have to go? I'm not sure I want to go. And my sister was telling me, don't be stupid, just go. You don't have...
Could have been a bad guy.
Yeah, you don't have to do anything with him. You just go and have fun and maybe learn him. Maybe something will work out. So that was the advice my sister gave me. So finally I decided to join him. But what happened?
And I was so happy when and it was still in time, so we could get the train.
Yeah, we still could get the train.
Which collapsed later anyway. But.
So we took the train and we don't even leave outside Nairobi.
No, we went to Athi River.
Yeah, it broke down at Athi River. So we had to...
Yeah, we still made it to Mombasa.
We still made it to Mombasa, but with a bus.
A couple of days, I think.
Yeah. It was 1 week.
Okay.
I also don't remember, but
but it was really nice, and I fell in love with you, I think.
Nonsense.
No, we stayed together. We talked a lot.
So we talked a lot. We had fun, and then we went back to Nairobi. So I took him to the airport, and of course, as per usual, this kind of relationship, you always, where it's a long distance relationship, you always don't know if you'll see the other person anymore. It was just...
I had a feeling you will see each other.
If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't happen, then well and good. But he's a very emotional guy. He kept on giving me this feeling that this guy really wants to see me again, because every time that I could say anything that he doesn't like to hear, like, or even when I took him to the airport, he could just start crying, and I didn't know, are you crying, or you something wrong, or are you crying?
Yeah, I'm a little bit emotional. So.
Even now he's tearing up.
No.
Yeah.
I have something in my eye.
So that's how we met.
Anyway, yes, and then I came again in New Year, and from then on we had like a...
Yeah, we just had
ongoing
relationship. Sometimes it was crazy. You could even come on a weekend and...
Yeah, because it's not easy. It's a long distance.
Yeah, and you have to really to make it
and
work.
We have to really stay together. We had to get married, which we did then a few years later.
Yeah, and it took us very long to get married. I don't know the reason why, because he had already... My story about my marriage is the one crazy one, because I was engaged like 2 years, but we got married after 3 years. Anyway, that's how we met. And
I'm very thankful to my boss from then.
You should also thank Mary, because...
And also your sister.
Yeah, because my sisters have been so supportive of our relationship, like every time that I could give up, they will say, this guy, you're losing. But to be honest, it's true, he's the best guy. I'm happy to have him and to have a family with him. So if you've not watched my video about our long distance relationship, our ups and downs, please make sure you watch it. I'll link it down on the description box, and I'll see you in the next video. Ciao,
see
ciao.
you when you see me. Bye bye.
Yes. They don't see you again here.
Oh. Maybe.